Alright, so, that moment when you spend like 30 minutes talking just to start all over again. The beauty of life. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. I'm having a hard time getting my thoughts out there today, okay? But I've been reading a lot. I have been educating myself to the point of almost self-explosion. So what I decided to do, I woke up this morning and I was like, dang, Sarah, you need to do a talking video. The people are waiting. So I sat down and I got my little journal and I wrote down the things that I wanted to talk about today. Now, we all know me. Is it possible for me to make a talking video under a short amount of time? No. Do research. Take the time to actually, don't just watch my video and be like, what the hell? Like, that's not true. That's not true. Go do your research, read a damn book, and get off of Instagram or Snapchat for 5 seconds, and then you might actually be like,
damn, maybe what she's saying is true.
I am not religious in any aspect whatsoever. Nothing is religious about what I'm saying. Absolutely nothing. Here goes nothing. Basically, what I need you people to understand is you are not your body. You label this as your property, as your little work of art. You need to stop. Why? Why is that? Sarah isn't even me. And I know this is probably sounding so far-fetched to a lot of you, but Sarah is just one aspect of a multi-dimensional self. We're getting a little bit too caught up. Nothing is permanent. There is nothing here that will last forever. And no one understands that. Nobody retains the same age, the same shape, the same elasticity, the same smell. Nothing lasts forever. And I know I say it all the time, everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, from the skin on my back to the feet on my body. It's all temporary, okay? You identify yourself with your own beauty, your own accomplishments, your own attributes. You identify yourself as that. You identify with the abilities your human body has, if that makes sense. You identify yourself with the way this human body looks, yet if you didn't have a mirror, you would have no idea what the heck you really look like. And even looking at yourself in the mirror, it is scientifically proven that your brain sees yourself as 10% prettier than you really and truly are.
I'm sorry, but I learned that in a National Geographic magazine.
All of those attributes will vanish. All of the accomplishments you had in this life will vanish. Okay? All of the responsibilities you had, all of the amazing accomplishments you made in this materialistic life, doesn't it suck to just think that one day all of that will not mean anything? And yet that is what we do every single day. We work for all of these materialistic things. We save up all of this paper money to buy other materialistic things, which in the end are all temporary. The money in your hand is temporary. It can all be burned in a fire. Nothing lasts forever. So why are we so gung-pow? I don't even know if that's a word, but why are we so obsessed with the outside when we don't even know what's going on inside? I mean, I bet 99% of you didn't even know our bodies' insides run off of their own intelligence system until I made that video. And it's not because you didn't know that, it's because you're so oblivious to it. You're so distracted by the other senses you have on your body that you don't really even know what's going on inside. You don't really know how your heart beats. You don't know how your brain thinks. You don't know how your blood can go to all of your limbs without one of them dying off. It's because you don't control that. Control isn't yours to have. But everybody thinks that's the way it is. Everybody wants to control how they look. They want to alter everything. But they're altering temporary things, hoping for permanent solutions. If that's not a freaking pickle, I don't know what is. But back to the notion that all of these attributes are gonna vanish. We're speaking of like form, physical form. All of these things are going to vanish. What creates form? Now, that's a serious question to you guys. What creates form? Now, if I were to say consciousness creates form, you would probably think I'm silly as hell, but that's exactly what it is. Consciousness creates form. Form doesn't create consciousness. I don't know if that's confusing, but I'll repeat it. Form does not create consciousness. Consciousness creates form. We are so caught up in all of our daily activities to even understand any of this. People are so caught up with all this materialistic life that they don't really understand that they can and potentially could live the life of their dreams. Anything is fucking possible, but y'all are so caught up in the impossibilities and all of these barriers that you just don't care. You just throw your hands up and think this is the way it's supposed to be. I'm a human body. I'm supposed to work. That's what it shows in the movies. That's what it shows in the books. That's what people sing about. That's all you see is people going to the store, going to the bank, going to do this, going to work, going home and crying themselves to sleep. It's like somebody read a book and like a fake book with fake characters and started living their life based off of that one book. What does that sound like? Oh, I don't know. But people want to look for all of these answers, like I was saying, for who's God? How did I get here? How did any of this come to be? Yo, look inside yourself and it's right there. You created it. Each one of you individuals walking this earth created everything and anything that is here. All of the emotions that are here, all of the assumptions that are here, all of the terror, all of the hell, all of the happiness, all of the beauty. All of this was created by consciousness. Everybody. Everything. It was all created by us, and yet we're out here like, who created us? Who did this? Who made this happen? Who made terrorists? Who made all of this freaking no one can get along with each other? The devil did. I'm gonna make up some manifestation of evil, and that's what created everything. So it was God, it was the devil. The devil's the reason why all of this shit is happening, why everybody's killing everybody, by the reason why the president is who the president is. It's like, yo, y'all did this yourself, but you're getting mad at each other? That's what I don't understand, and I think that's why I stay home so much, is because the people out there, they don't take responsibility for their actions, and then they blame something fake or something delusional for their actions. They make up some outside motive for the reasons they did things when they did it themselves because they wanted to. You guys voted the way you wanted to because that's the way it is. You wanted to. You made those famous people famous because you wanted to. You gave them the attention. You're feeding them, and then you're mad that they're famous. You're mad that they're getting so much attention. Yet you don't stop giving them attention. It's like, if people would just sit back and honestly see what's going on, really pay attention to their actions, to what they say, to what they're doing, to what they're thinking. You guys, it all starts up here. And so many people think they can have a happy life with a negative mindset, and it just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So back to what I was talking about, if you think you're just some voice stuck in a head, you are selling yourself so freaking short. You are selling yourself so short. People ask me all the time, Sarah, what happens when we die? What happens when we die? I have so many theories. I have a lot of theories, but one thing that does not happen in my life, and what will not happen to me, is I will not walk up to a man and look him in the face and say, did I do my duties? Did I do everything you wanted me to? Did I spread your message the way I was supposed to? Did I pray enough for you? Fuck no. Oh God, no. I'm gonna find that beautiful soul that made Sarah, and I'm gonna say, yo, that was one wild ass roller coaster. Oh my God. Cool. What happens after you die? You go from being some materialistic personality with a body to an energy personality, which is an essence. People say, Sarah, do you believe in God? No, I believe in essence. Why? Because that's what happens when we die. Okay? We become this energy. It's like we're energy. There's no more body. This is like step one. This is step one. If some consciousness was just placed into a universe without a body, without a capsule, without something to rely on and look at, they would be batshit crazy. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine just being some type of intuition floating around in the sky? That would be pretty crazy to me. We become an energy personality that is completely made up of essence, okay? We're not focused on physical matter anymore because physical matter is temporary. It doesn't exist. It's just an illusion. Okay? And after you die, it's sad, but that's when you realize it. That's when you realize that physical matter didn't mean shit. You are not someone trapped with broken wings. Like, you're not. It's not like you're some bee in a jar and you're trying to get out of this universe. That's not what it's supposed to be, and that's not the aim. That's not the goal. The goal also isn't to die as soon as possible. It's really not, you guys. Explore this world. Explore this universe. There's only one like it, you guys. There's only one. And by the looks of it, the people inhabiting this dimension, this universe, we're killing it off. So soon this won't be here anymore. And it'll just be another dimension that we're going to explore and destroy all over again. Until we get it right. And there are some dimensions out there who do have it right, where people are in the right state of mind. There's no such thing as negativity. There's none of that. It's almost... I'm sorry. You are not a bee trapped inside of a glass jar. The reason why you sometimes think it's like that is because you let all of your senses dictate and run your entire life. Senses, I mean smell, taste, eyes, hearing, touch, even your emotions. You rely on them so freaking much. Imagine what would happen if you didn't have any of them. You'd be stuck in your tracks. You cannot trust your physical senses to give you the true perception of reality. I'm sorry, but you can't. I've had many doctors tell me myself, Sarah, you can't even trust your own memory. Okay? So now I'm telling you guys, you can't even trust your own senses. The senses that we have are such beautiful fucking liars that they will make anything nasty look beautiful, seem beautiful. Okay? They tell you this fantastic story and you don't even question it because it's just so believable. Your senses literally are telling you a fantasy story and you are so caught up in your own head, you don't even realize that it's fake. You don't even realize that your own perceptions, what you are seeing, and because of the mindset you have right now, what you're seeing is a damn illusion. Everything about it is an illusion, but you believe this without a question. You believe it without a question. You see two people doing something in your head, you think that's what it is. Oh, that's what it is because that's what my eyes see. I hear something, oh, that must be what it is because that's what my ears hear and my ears won't deceive me. Oh my God, it's almost like you're deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. And if you don't believe me, how come sometimes you're more wiser, you're more smarter, and you're more knowledgeable, you're more creative when you're damn dreaming? But you're telling me that a person should rely 110% on their senses? And say, fuck the intuition, forget the consciousness, I'm gonna rely on the senses. Okay. So there are entities and essences, beings, whatever you want to call them. They're not fucking humans, that's for sure. They are not humans, but there are entities out there who are not focused on physical matter. Like, they're just not. Physical matter, materialistic matter, none of it. They are not focused on any of that. They are literally the consciousness without a body or eyes to see with, okay? So they see what shit really is because they don't have eyes. They don't have these two things that perceive for you. If you really think about that, that's exactly what's happening. You are relying on something else. We don't tell our eyes to see. It's their own consciousness. Like I told you, life of a cell. We don't work our eyes, you guys. Our brain itself does. And another thing, our brain and our consciousness, they're not even related. They probably don't even know each other. They're so complete strangers from each other that that's why 99% of the people are just they're literally conformists. I don't even know why we're called humans anymore. We are conformists. Everything we see, it has to be alike. Everybody has to look alike. I don't know why. I don't freaking know why. But it's like that's how we're controlled now. I could be going on other topics, but that's not. But these people who I'm talking about, they're not really even people. They're the essences that I'm talking about. It probably seems so far out to you guys. Like, the reason why you think that's so impossible, the reason why you don't believe that it's possible to be able to see without eyes, to think without a brain, to live without a body is because you have no idea what a personality is capable of. And when I mean personality, oh my God, it's like there's so much to freaking try and grasp at in such little time. It's such little time. Literally, what I'm trying to say, what it has written right here is that it seems strange or impossible only because you do not realize that you are hypnotized by your own limited concepts, okay? You are so ignorant to what's really going on. You have no idea what the concepts really are. You are hypnotized by your own way of thinking. Literally, you are hypnotized by the way society tells you to think, the way social media tells you to think, the way fucking Kim Kardashian tells you to think. Like, literally, no one is thinking on their own. You are all hypnotized by everybody else, it almost seems. When I say this, I mean it. You create the world as you know it. And I know I just mentioned that earlier, but I'm saying it again because of how important it is. You create everything. That's probably one of the biggest gifts anybody could have. So for anybody to think that they aren't damn blessed to be on this earth, you are so stuck up your own you-know-what that I'll help you pull yourself out of there, because once you do, it is so beautiful. It is so free. It is so light. Like, literally, I could fucking fly if I wanted to.
If I wanted to.
But literally, you have been giving the best gift of all. You are able to project your thoughts into actuality. Anything I want to do, I can do. If I wanted to be a surgeon, I'll be a damn surgeon. If I wanted to be a cop, I'll be a cop. If I want to be a makeup artist, I'm gonna be a makeup artist. The sooner people get that mindset in their head, it's not even a mindset, it's actuality, it's reality, it's how things are. As soon as you stop selling yourself short and you stop telling yourself, I can't do this because my mom says so, because my boyfriend says so, I can't do this because I have no support. Your own damn consciousness is your support. It's your creator. It's literally your creator of your body and your reality. And so many people don't grasp this concept, so their life is fucking miserable. And it's because they think like they can't do anything. They can't make them, it's like, oh, I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. This is why it's so confusing to me why people think the way they do, or they're so negative, or this and that and the other, or why they think nothing is possible, or why they give themselves excuses for not to have motivation. Like, literally, we are mind fucking ourselves because we just don't get it. And then we choose to not question. We choose to just accept the fact that we don't understand anything and live with it. And then we're just confused beings walking around who think that after life there's nothing else, who thinks that after this body dies, it's nothing. We are so confused and worthless that we are just in this circle. Eat, sleep, work, die. Eat, sleep, work, die. Like, that sounds fun. You guys can continue to do that, but I'm gonna continue to be in my own world. So, okay, so what happens is people don't understand that we create our own reality, literally, like all physical form. So what they do is they congratulate themselves on the success, on the accomplishments, on the good things, and then they blame God and the devil for the bad things, for the accomplishments they didn't accomplish, for the bad things they did, for the bad choices they made. They blame someone, something, some entity. They blame something else when we all know what really is going on. How is that? Or some people even turn to society. They say the reason why we are the way they are is because of society. No, we are the way we are is because we damn well put ourselves here. We literally threw ourselves here. We placed ourselves here. It wasn't some Big Bang theory. It wasn't some freaking God in the sky dictating and choosing which walk of life he wants on the earth. We created everything, you guys. And if you honestly think this is your first round on earth, that's another way you're selling yourself short. I have probably died and came back to life, died and came back to life. I'm sure so many people are like, this bitch is fucking crazy. But my definition of someone who's crazy is just somebody who's misunderstood. So, I mean, call me crazy if you want, but I see it and it's happening. Good things happen, we praise ourselves. I'm such a good person. I did this, I did that. Oh no, something bad happened. It was the devil. It was karma, it wasn't me. It's the universe punishing me. Dang it. My boyfriend cheated on me? Oh. It couldn't, no. Anyway, you create your own physical reality. Therefore, you create the glories, the terror, everything around. So stop pointing the finger at everybody. Point the damn finger back at yourself. My dad is probably like, But no, I'm so serious, you guys. You create everything that exists here. So stop blaming everybody else. Just stop. Please do me a favor and just stop. Just stop that. Until you realize that you are the creator, okay? You refuse to accept the responsibility that you are the creator. Why? Why? Doesn't make sense. Sorry, I'm like sweating. But literally, it is time for us to realize, like, we are individuals. We can create a fucking cell phone. We can create technology, but we can't even understand that there's no such thing as the devil. Like, I'm sorry, but we are so screwed up mentally. I don't know if there's really helping mankind. But it's just like, literally, what is the devil? What is the devil? The devil is everything you fucking fear. It's literally your own creation of what you fear, what you envy, what you despise, what you terrorize over. It's literally all of the bad things that you fear or the negative things placed into this energy. And the more you feed it, the more powerful it will be. The more you feed it, the more energy and attention you put into something. I've said this in other videos. Where you put your attention will grow. You want to focus on the negativity, you'll get negativity. You want to focus on the happiness, you'll get happiness. You want to focus on success, you'll get success. If you focus on depression, on the sadness, on all the men that treat you bad, that's all you're gonna get. I'm sorry, but it's like a mirror. What you see is what you get. I'm sorry, but like, that's just the way it is. You need to be wise enough. Literally, we as humans, I'm doing this because like I'm just trying to get all of the fucking energy around the world and just mash it together. Humans need to become wise enough to use their creativity in a good way, alright? But no, we'd rather fucking build nukes to blow up the other guy. We'd rather start a riot to tear down another guy. It's like, okay. People today have become ego bound. I don't know why I did that with my hand, but it just happened. They have become ego bound. What do I mean by that? Remember earlier when I said that some people might not even have a consciousness and might not even have intuition? What I mean by that, and I think that's the definition of every celebrity or person who is like so high up and like thinks they're all that. This is literally what I'm talking about. The intuitive portions of their brain have been neglected so much they stopped working. They said, yo, I'm out. I'm gonna go find another person to work for because you, my friend, are confused. So they have denied it and distorted their own perception of life that their intuitive and consciousness has denied them. They have said, like, yo, you don't get it, you do what you want this time, maybe the next time you'll get it right. But like this time you just don't get it. So I'm gonna let you do you. You could do what you want, but I'm not here to help you anymore. You're shit out of luck. Like that, yeah, no. Yeah, your ego has literally blocked out your essence. Like, I'm sorry when I say that. Your ego has blocked out your essence, and that's not good. That's not cute. It's not cute. What people also need to understand is now people are going to say, well, what do you mean? What exactly is consciousness? You're telling me that consciousness is this voice in my head. But what exactly is this intuition that you're talking about? What is this? What is it? It is a way of perceiving various dimensions of reality. That's all it is. Consciousness is a way of perceiving different forms of reality. Just like a human body is the way to perceive life on Earth, consciousness is the way to perceive other dimensions. And what I mean by other dimensions, and I remember earlier when I said Sara is just a portion, a personality of a multi-dimensional self, there's such thing as a multi-dimensional universe. Okay? We are a part of it right now. We are in one right now. That's like probably something for like a whole another video, but consciousness is just like the eyes to the body, except consciousness is like the eyes to essence, or to like, just, it's like the key to everything. It's seriously the key to anything, okay? So, on your physical body, your perceptions that you have only allow you to see a three-dimensional world, okay? That's what we were given, okay? Those were the tools we were given to perform here on Earth. We were given the senses because that's what is required to live here. We need special lungs to breathe in good and exhale the bad. We need We need things like that, okay? That's just what it takes to live here. Controls is not ours to have when it comes to the human body, to this reality, to this dimension. This is the way things are, and we are the guests. We are the visitors, yet we treat this like it's ours. If it weren't for this earth, humans wouldn't have anywhere to be. So, in my opinion, we really need to start focusing on our priorities and on this, where we're sucking where out of the earth and where we need to get oil from where. This stuff doesn't last forever. And when I mean everything is temporary, I mean everything is temporary, even the oil in the ground. So, consciousness is your eyes to the universe, yo. Without that, you're stuck, and you're stuck in this world, and when you die, you're gonna die. Nothing else is gonna happen. So what happens is because like our senses let us perceive things a certain way, people choose to identify themselves with their daily functional self, their physical self. That's who people choose to focus on, okay? That is who they choose to focus on because these senses literally override everything. Like 6 senses over 1 consciousness. Yeah, it's kind of like you gotta pick and choose who you're gonna follow. But a lot of people choose to only focus on this materialistic body that they have. They ignore their consciousness and their intuition. And yes, some people don't have any. Like, I'm sorry if that's you, but you've literally neglected yourself so much that like yourself gave up on you. This is like, I'll give you an example. When you go to the gym and you only work out your arms, what's gonna happen? Your legs are going to be damn sticks. So when it comes to your consciousness, if you only choose to focus on one aspect of a self, which means your multi-dimensional self. So right now you are a consciousness who happens to have a body. That's multi-dimensional right there. You're one thing at the same time being another thing. So if you are choosing to only focus on one thing, meaning the physical body and not the consciousness, you're only working out the physical thing, and the other thing is going to suffer, attribute, and literally dissolve into nothing and die because it's not being focused on. So you can't ignore one thing over the other. So why would you ignore your intuition and consciousness over a pretty face, over big boobs, over big lips? You're ignoring your gift over something so temporary and so fake and such an illusion that's why people are the way they are. That's why they are so stuck in their heads. It's like as soon as you realize that like this is almost like an accessory to our consciousness, you don't need to be so obsessed with it. It's not even ours, really. It's not even permanently ours. Life is so much more bigger, but no, so many people see themselves as this is a body. I need to think and do what everybody else says. This is a way of life. I'm going to shut off my creative mode of thinking, my originality, and I'm going to be like everybody else. So yeah, your originality is going to die, and sooner or later, what are we? Walking freaking robots, carbon copy images of the people you see on TV. Like, I'm in a fucking video game and I need to get out of it. So you do the same thing with yourself. You treat this thing you were given, this voice that tells you right from wrong. That's literally what your conscious is and your intuition. That's what it is. The voice that tells you right from wrong. It's like the person that was given to you for help, for advice. You guys have somebody who knows all the answers inside you already, but you're too, you're just too uneducated to realize that. So you look to the outside sources. You literally look for other people's answers and discoveries, and you don't look for your own. That's sad. You don't identify yourself as this thinking, creative, abstract being. So you focus on the thing that watches TV, the thing that looks at the phone, the thing that likes pretty things. That's what you choose to focus on. You choose to focus on the thing that cooks and works. You focus on that portion of yourself. That's just a portion, just like Sara is a portion of another self. Me liking to cook is just a portion of my personality. So why focus on one thing? If working is just a portion, why spend your whole entire life working? Explore the other portions of yourself. Explore the portion of yourself that likes to paint, that likes to sing, that likes to work out. Not just one that likes to sit in a cubicle and look at a computer because that's how you get paper money. Start getting things that don't involve paper. Start learning to live life not revolving around paper. Start learning what it's like to not check Instagram every single time you wake up. Stop identifying yourself with the robot in you. Stop identifying yourself with the piece that's just like everybody else. because you're blending in just like everybody else. And that's a reason why you don't stick out, and that's a reason why you're stuck in this, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to actually be somebody. It's because you don't think you can be. You think there's enough famous people out there. You think there's enough people out there. You think there's enough teachers or enough cops or enough cooks. You think there's enough. You don't think that you're needed. You are selling yourself short. You are the creator of your world, and you're choosing to not create anything. So you can't get mad at anybody but yourself. That's why I don't understand why people are even able to get mad at other people or blame other people. And as soon as you start looking inside and realizing that everything comes back to you, your day and how your day went is your choice. You created it yourself. You manifested it. As soon as you realize that life is like, it's like, oh my God, I can do anything I want. I could go build a boat right now if I wanted to. Like, there's nothing stopping me from anything. And if you guys think it's money stopping you, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're really not listening to what I'm saying. And if that's how it is, then make it to where you have a life where all you have is money. You listen to what you hear on the TV more than you listen to the voice in your head. Is there something wrong with that? Is there something wrong with the fact that you believe what you read on Twitter more than what you believe in your own head? You saw a tweet talking shit about some celebrity, you believe it. Even if there's that voice in the back of your head that's like, nah, that person wouldn't do that. No, like, don't believe that shit. You believe it anyway because somebody typed it and posted it. You're literally not understanding that that little portion of yourself is just part of a personality. It's not even you. It's not even the whole you. Just because you're choosing to focus on just that doesn't mean that's all there is. Okay, so a person has so many different aspects to themselves. They can be funny, they can be sad, they can be heartwarming, they can be, intimidating. But if they only focus on being intimidating and they don't focus on anything else, those things will fade and they'll only be left with what they focus on, you guys. We all have an outer ego. We all have an inner ego. That outer ego is the personality we put out into the environment. It's the one that functions out there. You pick and choose. And if you read up on transactional analysis, like I've mentioned in other videos, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. You're not the same person in front of your teacher that you're in front of your dad, your sister, or your best friend. Those are all different portions of your ego. They're all these fake personas you put on to portray to other people. That's why I said, I think in one video, we're all actors. Like, we're all a part of a movie. We're all acting. Nobody is really who they truly are. They're acting like somebody they want to be. They're acting like the person they see online. They're acting like one of the Kardashians when that's not who they are. The inner ego, we all know what that is. That's the inner self. That's the one that's, oh, I'm so hot, I'm so sexy, I'm so this, I'm so that. What we need to realize is that there has to be a source from which both of those egos come from. There has to be a mother of the outer ego and the inner ego. What is that source? They all have the same source, and that source is the same source that decided you would be a physical being in this place, in this time. The same self. It is the core of your identity. If you think of a body and you think of the multi-dimensional self, we are an onion, okay? In the core of the onion is where everything starts, okay? Here's the onion. I peel back one layer. That's my existence called Sara, all right? That's everything I've experienced in this life. That's that dimension, okay? I peel back another layer. Say I'm a boy named Logan, all right? That's another dimension. That's just because that's another experience, all right? Say I'm a damn fish on another skin of onion peeled back. All of these are unfolding, but what's deep inside is literally who you are, your consciousness, the thing that is everlasting, the thing that lasts forever. It cannot be destroyed. It can't. It can't be destroyed, you guys. But so many people stick to this, oh my God, so many people stick to this up and down way of life. Like, either go up or down, up or down, up or down. Oh my God, I am on a freaking long circle. That is how my world goes. My existence is literally going to go like this. And when I want to, I could go up and visit my mom. I could go up and reunite with all of these people. But when I reunite with them, I won't be Sara, if that makes sense. I will be my persona. I'll be my essence. Sara is just a portion. It is literally a personality of a multi-dimensional self. But so many people just think that this is all there is. This is only who I am. I'm exploring life as Sara right now. My next life, I won't be Sara. I might not even be a girl. I might not even be a damn human. I just see things differently. So I may sound crazy. This stuff may sound really abstract to you, but I don't know. I am trying to explain things from a different standpoint, from a different viewpoint. The self, you know, is just one fragment of something that is so more vast out there. And the more you realize that, the more you're going to create the life you want, because you realize that if you don't create it, no one else will. And you really only have one shot at being Sarah. I'm not going to come back and relive life as Sarah. I'm not going to see the same people. I'm not going to have the same body. I'm probably not even going to have the same acne. So why would I live this life crying for what I look like when this is just temporary? I chose this. I created this self for me, for my essence to dwell in while I'm on earth. When that's gone, I'll part ways with my body, and whatever happens to that little bit of, I don't even know what's going to happen, because that's not me. I can't tell you something that somebody else is going to do. That isn't me. I'm Sarah right now, but I don't know what's going to happen to me when I die, because that's not me. That's not my control. I, Sarah, don't have control over that type of my life, if that makes sense. I know this sounds so freaking far out there. It is, and that's why I compared it to an onion. That's the biggest thing I could compare it to. And as soon as you peel back all of these little pieces, you see this, you see where it all comes from, but you could still fold everything back, and it's like, it's so cool to me. It's just, I don't know, it's so cool to me. When there's consciousness in literally everything in this, and I've talked about that, and people think I'm crazy and they just don't understand it. But when I tell you guys, form does not create consciousness, and that consciousness creates form, everything is on its own dimension. I'm sorry, we're not in the dimension of inanimate objects, and we don't think the same way as they do. We don't have the ability to not move. That's just what happens in their life. And I know, like, I probably sound so crazy. I'm sorry. If I sound crazy to you guys, let me be crazy. Mama Mello's gonna do what it does. If you do think I'm crazy, look at the bright side of things. Once this video is over, you can just go back to Instagram, and it's almost like this video never happened. Without consciousness, nothing can exist, because consciousness is what forms everything. We choose to ignore and close out multiple communication going through our body. Like we do. We choose to ignore all the types of communications running through us. We choose to ignore the way our cells work, the way our hair grows, the way our bones form, the way a cut can heal itself. We choose to ignore all of these inner communications and focus on one thing, like a blackhead or an ingrown hair or a pimple or a stretch mark. But we ignore all of these unexplainable things. We just ignore it, but choose to focus on a freaking hangnail. It's like, no wonder humans are so confused. They're just born into this mind-altering world now. It's like, I don't know what happened, but people here aren't the way they used to be, like, if that makes sense. It's just not there. So what I'm basically trying to tell you guys, there's no limitations to anything. No limitations to anything. There is no reason for you to not accomplish anything you want to have accomplished. There's no reason for you to not do anything you want to do. The only person stopping you is yourself. What humans do, they place artificial limitations in their life because of their own ignorance. And if you think I'm lying, take a look at your ego. Your ego is that big boy that likes to tell you what you can and can't do, or tell you how pretty or how ugly you are. That, my friend, are limitations themselves, and you are creating them solely. Your ego is the definition of a jealous God, and it will do anything to get what it wants. It was meant to be an aid, not a guider. So what I mean by that is, you as a human and as a multidimensional self were placed with the ability to have something called an ego, which is like your higher self, something that thinks you're worth more than you are, but really you're not. That was just a tool. It's like just something. If you feed it's hungry. It's always hungry. Your ego is always hungry. You have to be careful what you feed it. Okay, just like you have to be careful what you feed your body. You have to be careful what you feed your mind. Everything, you guys. You have to be careful what you feed it, because it's just as thirsty. It wants to learn. It wants to take things in. But if you only feed it pretty stuff or compliments, or it's only going to kill you. Like, it's literally your ego will take over your life, kill your consciousness, and have fun living a materialistic life. I think what I'm basically trying to sum up and say in all of these pages is that if you have a limited conception of the nature of reality, then your ego will do its best to keep you as closed-minded as possible and to keep you as conformed as possible. If you open up your consciousness, you're literally giving yourself the ability to open up windows for other like ways of communications through other dimensions. Your physical senses blind you from opening these channels, and they only perceive the reality in which they imagine. And so that's it. That's the end of my notes. Luckily, I'm sure this video is going to be really long, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But all I'm trying to tell you guys is that you create everything. You created your own existence. There's no such thing as the devil. There's no such thing as this man choosing everything for you. You created everything. And what you think, like, I'm serious, what you think you will become. Like, that's just the way it is. And it sounds so simple. The answer is so simple. You guys are looking for all of these answers. Who's God? Where did we come from? Where's this? Where's that? You came from within yourself. You created this. You are just a multi-dimensional self in a multi-dimensional universe trying to solve together everything. God, but instead you choose to not see yourself as a multidimensional being inside of a multidimensional universe, and you choose to just stay glued to your phone. The world is a crazy thing out there. Humans are crazy things, you guys. All I'm trying to say is anything is seriously possible, and the only one stopping you is yourself. Don't let anybody else tell you what you can and can't do. Don't even let yourself tell you what you can and can't do. Understand that you are the creator of your life, and what you want to have happen in your life will happen. It's like as simple as that. There's no secret. There's no pray this much, do this, talk to this God, he'll make everything better for you. No, make everything better for yourself. Stop relying on everybody else, everything else. Stop relying on other energy fields to give you what you wanted. You want something, go get it. It's not that hard. And then don't be upset when you don't get it. You just didn't work hard enough. Like, get down on yourself, not the environment. Like I said earlier, people like are doing temporary things in hopes for a permanent life. And it's like, nothing's permanent. So you guys are just like, I don't know. Nothing's permanent. Everything is temporary. Just enjoy this life. Make it what you want it to be. Live the life you want. Anything is possible. Like, I'm so serious, you guys. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I'll show you. I'll show you. Since nobody wants to believe me. Anything is possible. So, I hope people enjoyed this. Every time I finish a talking video, my brain has no idea what I just talked about. So I'm kind of like, I'm really hoping what I just spent over 25 minutes talking about was, beneficial. But I guess we'll just have to find out when I edit this. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave any types of comments, questions, things you hated, things you liked. I'll reply. So, and other videos, if people find something that I said totally not true, comment about it and let's talk about it. Like, if you don't agree with something I said, I want to hear your beliefs. I want to hear why you think I'm wrong. I like hearing people's feedback. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I made sense. And I don't know, okay? Like, Jesus, I need to end this video somehow, and I don't know how. So I'm just gonna press the end button and walk away. Yeah, this is awkward. Really awkward. But I'm doing this to myself. I'm creating myself in this own situation. If you're crazy, so what? It's way better to be crazy than these normal people.